Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, you'll find out who just threw their hat in the ring for an important Coffee County office. We'll introduce you to the winners of the Tullahoma Battle of the Books competition. Hickerson Station's 5th graders presented Back to the 80s earlier this week, and we'll bring you a video from the Police Memorial Ceremony. And the American Legion Auxiliary Poppy Sale is coming up this weekend. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family. Over 75% of car shoppers today use the internet to search for their new or pre-owned vehicle. That's why the russellbarnett.com website is so versatile, where you can check it anytime, all the time, online. You can search through our new and pre-owned inventory by make, model, mileage, or price. We can value your trade-in and get you pre-approved for financing before you even walk in the door. So check out russellbarnett.com, and remember, why buy anywhere else?
Pop music in the late 70s gave us some unforgettable memories, and you can relive them all on Saturday, May 20th at Fraser McEwen Park in Tullahoma. Come see Live from Ventura Boulevard perform a free concert at 6 p.m. Also appearing special guest, the Rock Creek Bluegrass Band. Brought to you by Tullahoma Parks and Rec, Cherokee Distributing Company, and Old Shed Brewing Company. Be there Saturday, May 20th for Live from Ventura Boulevard with some sweet 70s sounds.
Welcome back. Former Coffee County Mayor David Pennington made a surprise announcement earlier this week during an interview on The Living Show when he said he plans to run for that office again.
I was going to ask you, you've been out here doing what you wanted to for the last couple of years. Do you have aspirations to get back in public service?
Matter of fact, this fall I'm going to pick up my papers and run for mayor again.
I see. Okay.
And I'll tell you something. I enjoyed representing Tullahoma. And I was born and raised here, so.
A lot of people may not know that, but you are from.
Even though I live in Manchester, I have a vested interest in Tullahoma, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I tried. Well, I'm still on the Heart and Hospital Board over here. I love that. I love Heart and Hospital.
Right.
I think they do a lot for this community.
And you obviously love serving the public, I would think.
Oh, I do. Somebody asked me about that. I said, if you don't care about the people, then you don't need to be running. You don't need to be running for public office, because you sure don't do it for the money.
No, that's true.
I told when I was up there in office, I averaged between $300 and $800 a week that I would, give away. And somebody said, "Are you sure of that?" I said, "Well, I asked Roxanne. She was right there when these people would come in. We buried a lot of people, just all kinds of stuff, and all kind of community activities." He was talking about it earlier about you need to get back to your community.
Yes.
I didn't take that office so I can make a lot of money.
Right.
I want all of our community to do well. You know that while I was mayor, we generated almost just a tad less than 3,000 jobs, and that was with the downturn of the economy.
That was a big part of
That's
the economy.
That's a pretty good deal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. So if you're picking up papers in this fall, will you be running next year?
Yes.
2018?
Yes. You have the primary in the spring, and then, of course, the primaries in the spring, and then the general elections in the fall, August.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because, I never quit. If you call it campaigning, I never have quit, because I told you earlier that I'd been to a benefit last week, and this coming Saturday I got to go to 2 different things. But I don't go to them because of the politics. I go to them because of the people.
Right.
Which I think makes a difference.
Right.
And that's what you should do. Do it for the people.
You think you got any benefit from hanging out in the restaurant business up there for a while?
I think that helped me a whole lot.
I'm quite sure it does.
The winners of the recently completed Battle of the Books competition were recognized at last week's Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting.
A couple of Saturdays ago, I had an opportunity to go to our library and to observe something called Battle of the Books. And I didn't know what that was all about. And let me tell you what, I was so impressed with these young people. Ms. Cooper is going to tell us maybe a little bit more about the program, but each of the elementary schools participated, and they had typically, I think, 3 to 4 or 5 members. They were assigned, these are 4th and 5th graders, and they were assigned 10 novels to read. and then they show up at this competition, and they were asked 75 questions about these 10 novels, and they had 30 seconds to answer as a team. I was very impressed. Anyway, the team from Robert E. Lee won, and so Ms. Coop is the librarian there. So anything else that you would like to add? And then we've got certificates for people, for participants.
Well, I would just like to say this was our first annual, and we hope that it will be an event that we will do every year. The children did a great job from all 4 schools. And we really appreciate Lanham Library being our neutral sponsor. So the librarians could be the coaches and be fair about it. So they did a great job, and I have 2 of my team members here representing us tonight.
Good. So invite them up, please, and they can introduce themselves.
I have our team captain at Robert E. Lee was Addison Loomis, and then Seth Vaughn was another very valuable member of our team. Our other 3 members that are not here were Kaylee Tigg and Lainey Kelly and Jacob Sanchez. They had other obligations tonight.
Sure.
So we really
have
appreciate
certificates for
you.
all 5.
Okay.
Congratulations. Isn't that pretty?
Thank
Okay.
you.
And let's see. Yeah. And do you mind distributing those 3 to the others? Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
Dr. Credit here from Russell Barnett Kia. Are you needing a vehicle but don't think it's possible because of your current credit situation? Great news, it is possible. But don't just take it from me. Here's a few of our satisfied customers and what they had to say.
Not only did they take the time to get to know me and my wants, they found me someone to finance me with my bad credit and got me the car of my dreams.
Dr. Credit, come see him. He's great. He can help you. I know he can. He helped me.
Schedule your appointment with Dr. Credit at Russell Barnett Kia so you can drive away happy.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. A memorial ceremony was held Monday at South Jackson Civic Center to honor Tullahoma police officers who have been killed in the line of duty. John Gray brings us this video.
Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to the May 15th Police Memorial Ceremony, recognizing officers that have died in the line of duty. Many of you have a program, and you'll see that in 1962, by presidential proclamation, May 15th of each year was designated as Law Enforcement Memorial Day, and the week that it fell in to be designated Police Memorial Week. So this year we're celebrating from yesterday through Saturday as Police Memorial Week, and encouraging everybody to take a moment to think about their local law enforcement and to tell them thank you for the job that they do. For many of y'all have come to this ceremony for several years, and what you find is that it hasn't changed much. When I was looking over the program last week and making some last minute changes, I said to myself, said I to me, this is the same program we've used before. The names are still the same, and pretty much it's the same. What the people are here is the same as what we've done before. But then I took the opportunity to say a silent prayer and to say thank you, so that we didn't have to make any change. If we had to make change, that would mean there's probably another name that we would have to add on the wall in Washington, D.C., another picture we'd have to put on the easels behind us, or another name and picture that you'd find in your program. So this is one of those times where I'm very thankful to say no change is good change. But we are here to recognize 5 officers that gave the ultimate sacrifice to the citizens of Tullahoma. And as you'll see, we have a memorial up here that has each of their names and the date of their death. But it shouldn't just be a name and a date on a rock. It should be a memory that we should all remember what these officers did for this community in so many years ago. But it could happen today, it could happen tomorrow. And it's many times that we know when we go out, we don't know what our day holds. But what we call a good day is when everybody goes home safe. We call it an excellent day when everybody goes home safe and we've impacted someone's life in a positive way during our tour of duty. So we must always thank our officers because they don't know what their day holds. We have a wonderful crew in Tullahoma, we have a wonderful crew in Manchester, and a wonderful sheriff's office that each and every day we put our equipment on, our uniforms on, and we go out to serve. And as was said earlier, when there's danger, we run to it. When they say who will go, we say I will go. So with that in mind, we'd like to say thank you to all of our law enforcement, all of our first responders, because nowadays, being a firefighter and a police officer carries some of the same dangers that normally we would associate just with police officers. Our ambulance people are even being subjected to things that years ago we would not have thought of. At this point, I'd like to invite our newest officer to our department, Officer Clayton Harper, is going to take a wreath and place it at the memorial. So if you'll please stand while he does that. Thank you for taking a few moments to reflect on these 5 officers and others that you have known throughout your lives, your family, that have served unselfishly for this community and other communities.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. 5th grade students from Hickerson Station Elementary presented a musical Tuesday night titled Back to the 80s, directed by Christy Ledsinger. Newsleader producer Philip Scoggins brings us this video.
We'll be right back in a moment.
Tax time is here, and it's the perfect time to buy a vehicle, but you're not sure where to go because of poor credit health? Come see me, Dr. Credit, and the rest of the team here at Russell Barnett Kia. But don't take it from me. Here's a few of our satisfied customers and what they had to say.
He did everything and anything he could possibly do to help me.
Dr. Credit was very helpful in getting me a vehicle that I could afford.
Everything he explained to us was amazing. I would recommend him to anybody and everybody.
Dr. Credit helped very, very much.
Schedule your appointment with Dr. Credit at Russell Barnett Kia so you can drive away happy.
Celebrate America's independence at Tullahoma Scenic Fraser McEwen Park, Monday, July 3rd. Gates open at 3 p.m. and world-class fireworks start at 9. This free event has music and fun for everyone. Tribute bands featuring the music of Chicago, Steely Dan, Tom Petty, and more. Plus a kids zone, exotic animal petting zoo, food, fun, and games. Get the details at tullahomatn.gov/fireworks. Everyone is invited to enjoy the Tullahoma Kiwanis Independence Day Regional Celebration. July 3rd, Fraser McEwen Park, Independence Day Celebration and fireworks.
Welcome back. Members of the American Legion Post 43 Ladies Auxiliary will be conducting their annual Poppy Sale this weekend. John Gary spoke with Candy Couch about the event.
We're here today to promote the American Legion Auxiliary Poppy Sale.
That's right, John. That's coming up. It's an event we have every spring, and 100% of the proceeds do go to the work for the veterans that we do here. And you know, years ago when the American Legion building, as a lot of us knew, it went away, people thought the work of the Legion went away. But indeed it did not. We have a building downtown at 111 Northwest Atlantic Street, and the Sons of the American Legion and the American Legion meet the fourth Tuesday of each month at 6 o'clock, and then the Ladies Auxiliary meet the fourth Thursday at 6 o'clock as well. We have a very nice building, and it's people have rented it out for birthday parties and receptions and anniversaries.
Has a full kitchen.
Has a full kitchen, and it's smaller than the building as we knew and missed and loved, but we still
and couldn't afford.
There you go.
But we got one we can afford.
That's right.
And it has a dance floor in it. Has a dance floor as well.
That's important.
It's very important.
Okay, but anyway, the Poppy Sale is held every spring, and it will be the 19th and the 20th. And on Friday afternoon, the 19th, the volunteers, Ladies Auxiliary volunteers, will be set up in front of Traders and the credit union, actually all day long. And then on Saturday, the 20th, it will be in front of Walmart and Kroger's, and starting I think around 8 o'clock in the morning, and bless their hearts, as long as they can
stand
hold out. That's right.
As long as there's poppies to sell.
Well, you know, we used to work the corners, and there was some problems with that, and age and out of control traffic.
Out of control traffic, and you know, when we used to do that, we and the Sons and the Legion did as well for Big Brothers, and there was nowhere near the traffic in town as there is now.
It's just not safe.
And it's not safe. It's not safe for the people trying to do it on the street, and it's not safe for the people driving the cars either. Tell us a little bit about what the auxiliary gets involved in on a yearly basis and things that happen.
Okay, John, locally we send girls, as the American Legion sends boys to Boys and Girls State.
Right.
It's 100% paid for by the auxiliary, and that's held every spring, and we support the Special Olympics. We play bingo at the Life Care Center with the residents and patients there, and that is every month, and our volunteers go and run that. We support the Big Brothers program, and a lot of times there might be a fire or a need someone locally has, and so we step up and help folks out in that way. One of our members, Roxy Hoots, works with the Big Brothers and helps with medical equipment if someone needs that, and the Big Brothers we support by donating food to the boxes that are given out a couple of times a year, and that's a big part of what we do.
And every time that something happens at the Legion, like Veterans Day or some of the special meetings, these ladies show up with food.
Lots
good
of
food. Lots of food. So we want to thank them for that.
Right, and one of the other things that when you said veterans made me think of, every year on Veterans Day, we hold a ceremony to honor the deceased veterans from that year, and have a memorial service.
And there's food. And you know, you all spend a lot of time or still go to to the VA hospital as well in Murfreesboro.
Right. The other things were just part of the local things that we do. But once a month there is a pizza party that the veterans enjoy. We have adopted 6 veterans there that we.
Isn't that great?
They have a canteen, and we send money to someone who disperses the money to them, where they can go to a movie if they'd like.
Get
the bus
a candy
takes
bar,
them.
Coca-Cola.
Sure. And clothing, and we support that effort as well.
Yeah,
the Fisher House is up there, which is very much like the Ronald McDonald House, where families can go and stay if their loved one is in the hospital and they need to have a place to stay. We support that. But there are over 2,000 volunteer hours by the Ladies Auxiliary every year, and most of these things are things people don't ever know about.
Good luck, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you. I want you to buy a coffee from me.
I will. Till next time.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a pit bull mix named Caesar. He entered the shelter as a stray and is approximately 3 years old. Caesar is up to date on his vaccinations, heartworm negative, good with other dogs and children, and has been neutered. Be sure to check out the shelter on Facebook for information about upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pet this week is Happy. Happy is a boxer mixed dog who would love to be your new best friend. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society, P.O. Box 252 in Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
The Russell Barnett Automotive family has launched its new Owner Advantage program. It starts as simple as your first year's maintenance is included with the purchase. We have 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plans available. Car detailing, car rental, collision repair. Stop by one of our 5 locations and let one of our certified sales staff tell you all about it. The Russell Barnett Automotive Family Advantage Program. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Cool off this summer at Tullahoma's Splash Island. Fun for all ages. 3 25-foot slides, lazy river, fun water features for toddlers, tasty food items are available. All this and more, only $5 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 1 to 5. Join the fun at Tullahoma's Splash Island.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1962 at 94 degrees. The record low was in 1973 at 39 degrees. The average high on this day is 80 and the average low is 56. Storms in the forecast for tonight with a low of around 69. Rain continues in the forecast on Friday with a high of 85 and a low of 69. Partly cloudy weather expected on Saturday with a high of 86 and a low of 67. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6, wishes you and your families a fantastic weekend. Thank you.